stood out to you most in practice so far?
Um, Donovan's doing really well. Tariq is doing really well as well, and then Jake McCurry's still out there running around. Like prior to the end of the season, and then we got Oliver Martin, all those other guys are coming along pretty well too.
Where have you seen the most improvement from Donovan? Jim mentioned him the other day as being maybe the best receiver out there right now. What's he doing differently?
He's just playing with a new level of energy. He's much more comfortable, and that's showing in his field of play, just the things that he does and the way he practices.
Do you think it's also he's a little more mature in the fact that he knows what he's doing out there?
Surely. I mean, he's had the bumps in the road being a freshman, so he's just, like you said, a little bit more mature, and he just knows what he's doing and knows how to prepare.
Have you noticed with uncertainty at the starting quarterback position a different level of intensity for you?
I mean, not really. I mean, everybody's competing. We're in the midst of spring ball. They're all playing really well and just doing everything they need to do. And they're just really helping us get better as cornerbacks.
You got high accolades after the season for your play. I think Pro Football Focus rated you guys two of the highest rated corners out there. Do you guys have a friendly competition? Do you guys talk much? I mean, how does that sort of work out?
I don't really look at it as much as a competition, but like I think we're really both on ourselves as far as like self-motivated to be as best as we can, and being that we're very similar in the way that we go about things. I mean, that's just kind of how the cards fell with that. But as far as like competition, I don't think really. Maybe as far as like making plays, we try and compete with that. But anything else, we're just trying to help the team.
Do you remind him though if I had an interception and you did? I mean, it's got to be some banter there.
I mean, not really. I mean, I guess we're a little bit cognizant. So if somebody does get an interception, like, man, I got to kind of pick up the slack or match that. But there's nothing like anything direct.
Josh was saying that he wasn't pleased with his play recognition last year. Have you seen him take ownership of his play and any changes he's made?
Definitely. I mean, I think everybody in general is just a little bit more mature. So last year, that was everybody's first year actually starting a full season. So he's able to fix a lot of those things, and this is the perfect time to do it in spring ball. So definitely, it's been a change in his game since the last few practices and just over the course of spring ball.
Have you noticed a different offense out there? Maybe rejuvenated at all?
They're doing well. I mean, it's spring ball, so everybody's fresh. So the energy's up on both sides of the ball, and it's where it needs to be. Definitely for the time period we're in for spring ball.
Last year being your first real kind of starting action, first action in a large part on the field defense. Are you more comfortable going into the spring as far as just having done it now?
Definitely. I know how to prepare, know what to expect. So I'm really just trying to fine tune things and focus on the small details. I know what it feels like to be out there and things like that. So I'm really just trying to focus on the small details and be as coachable as possible.
What are the small details you're focusing on?
It's anything from being engaged with the receiver, having good eyes, maybe just a step or two, the difference between a pass breakup and interception, and maybe just recognizing plays and just being a little bit quicker.
How's Ambry come along since he first set foot on campus?
Ambry's doing really well. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's fast, he's big, makes a lot of plays. He's really confident, and he's playing really well this spring.
How much, I don't know if you were asked this, I apologize, how much motivation coming off of 8-5 did that propel you guys in the winter and even in the spring, that motivation?
I think a lot. It's tough losing 5 games or just losing in general. So we got to try and keep the standard here. And, since I've been here, we've been a pretty good program. So we're just trying to keep that going. So we just carry that into the spring, and especially ending the season with the loss and the way that we lost that game. We carry that into winter conditioning and into the spring. And you can see it in guys' faces, their energy and attitude, the way they go about things.
How much does it help the defensive players? I mean, Sean was just in here, and John and even Bredesen the other night talking about they have a swagger. They know that the offense let down the defense. When you hear that coming from them, how good does that feel for the defense?
I wouldn't say that it feels good. You know, it's just like, you know, I wouldn't make it seem like we're waiting on them or anything. We just take it as an opportunity to get better, make more plays on our end. So that's one of the biggest things that we're probably focusing on, just ways to get better. Not necessarily waiting on them or being dependent on anybody, but just the defense getting better as a whole.
Given how much man you guys play, has having a little bit more mobility from that quarterback position made things difficult for you guys in the defensive backs?
I mean, it's it's a shakeup. You know, anybody can get out of the pocket, and you just got to be ready for the scramble drill. That's a hassle either way, whether you got somebody who's really mobile or kind of immobile, because the routes are reset and things like that. But for the most part, it's been the same. Nothing too crazy.
Will you be going to Paris?
No, I won't be.
Don't feel like going?
No, I'm just heading back to see my family and other things like that.
Obviously, you were on opposite sides of the ball, and it was very limited, but you worked out, got to play with Shea Patterson for a week at the Army All-American a couple of years ago. How does he look? Kind of the same? He look different? Is there anything that's kind of surprised you seeing him now?
He's always been really good from the opening. I saw him make a lot of plays. We played against him. He made a throw on me that I still remember. So, I mean, he makes a lot of good throws, some tough throws, smart throws. Just really good ball placement. Makes it really difficult for us defensive backs to get a hand on the ball. And, I appreciate it because it allows me to get better.